If you watched my last video, you saw me unboxing 3 computers. There were 2 Lenovo P310 workstations like the one you see here, and there was an HP Z240 workstation. Now, the purpose of the unboxing was to document it in case there were any problems. Now, they all came out structurally sound. I didn't see anything broken or any problems like that, but one of the Lenovo's was missing 8 gigabytes of memory. Both of them were supposed to have 16 gigabytes, but one of them only had 8 gigabytes. So I've contacted the seller. I'm sure there won't be any problem getting the other one. One of the things that was a pleasant surprise is I was expecting 250 watt power supplies. I saw it somewhere online. It did say 400 watts was a possibility, but I was just thinking, maybe I'm just going to get 250. It's okay. But they do have 400 watts. They do have 6-pin connections. So very surprised, or very happy, I should say, to have the opportunity to drop some GTX 1060s in here. So that's going to be really nice. So today, all I'm going to do on the Lenovo's is just boot into the BIOS. I just want to make sure that these things are actually working. Do they boot up? So let's take a look. So we're going to press F1 and hold it. And we're going to press the power button. And we should boot into the BIOS if the computer is working right. There's Lenovo. And there's the BIOS. So this one seems to be just fine, and that's great. So we're going to disconnect this one, hook up the other one real quick, see what that looks like. Hopefully also good. So let's power this one off. We'll give it just a second to run down while we're disconnecting everything. And we'll try it again. Now the last one has Windows 10 installed, so we're going to take a little more time on that one and see if it boots up into Windows okay. I'm guessing it will. It's been tested. If you watch the video, the last video, you'd see that they did a good job of testing it, so it should be just fine. So really very happy so far with these Lenovo's with that 400 watt power supplies, because that's going to be nice to get a GTX 1060 in there. They're not the most modern card, but they are still very capable. All right. We're going to hold F1 again and power. And it's on. Let's see what we got here. There's Lenovo. Should jump right into the boot. And there it is. Okay. So, 2 for 2. The Lenovo's are powering up and booting into the BIOS. So, very happy with that. And I may look further into the BIOS later and see if anything looks amiss, but everything looks great. We'll install Windows 10 on 240 gigabyte PNY solid state drives on both of these, and then we'll probably put GTX 1060s in both of them. All right, let's move on. One more computer to test. On that one will take a little bit longer because we're going to boot into Windows, as I mentioned. So hopefully we're not going to have any problems. I don't foresee any. I've been very happy with the results so far of these computers. I'm just looking for the power button there. Where is the power button? There it is. Okay. Let's get this one all plugged up. All of these have 2 display ports, and that's pretty nice if you don't want to install a graphics card, if that's not something you need. They all have Intel i7 6700 processors. Yes, I know, not the newest and greatest processors, but very capable for most business tasks. So if you're just using it for these kinds of business tasks, you may not even need a graphics card, which makes the deal all that much better. But we will be putting something in there. So this one, as you can see, is booting up just fine. So we're going to see if it goes all the way into Windows. It is loading on a 500 gigabyte hard drive, so that's going to take a little bit longer. When we install the PMY 240 gigabyte SSD, I'm expecting it to boot up much faster. But this isn't too bad, as you can see. I've seen better and worse. But hard drives seldom boot very fast. It's looking promising here. It's definitely booting. So it looks like we got another good system here. So that would be 3 for 3. And I'll be very happy with 3 computers that I got at a decent price, and i7 6700 processors, very capable business machines. What is this thing doing? Just a moment. So we're still waiting, but I'm guessing everything is fine. As I said, they just installed Windows 10 on it, so it was a fresh install. I'm sure they wiped the drive and did a fresh install from there. So it's just trying to sort everything out, get started. There may be some driver installs, things like that. Very common. But yeah, looking good. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and stay tuned for the next videos. The next videos are going to be videos of me installing the SSDs on this computer and the 2 Lenovo's you just saw. I will also be installing graphics cards of some sort, because just about any graphics card is going to be better than the onboard graphics. Now, I'm not sure, depending on who these computers are going to go to and what they're going to be used for, will determine the graphics cards, but I think at least one of them is going to get a GTX 1060. One of them will get a GTX 1060, 960, or possibly a 750 Ti. Just waiting to find out who's going to get the computer and the price they want to pay and what they're going to be doing with it. I always like to match what someone is going to use the computer for with the build. So we want to do it on a budget. That's kind of my thing, as building computers that do what you need them to do, but on a budget. So it's taking a while here. We may cut out if this is just going to spin like this forever. A little bit boring, I'm sure. But really happy, as I said, with everything. Just reading over my notes here, see if I missed anything. But no, yeah, the next builds, as I said, are going to be these three computers you just saw. We also have four other computers that I mentioned yesterday. We have a couple of other Lenovos. We have, well, we have four other Lenovos. We have two, I believe one's a M900, something like that, and another similar computer. And we do have a Lenovo S30. Now, I really like the Lenovo S30s. They're just very solid workstation computers. So stay tuned for those builds. They'll be coming soon. Well, I'm going to let you go, but I believe this is going to boot up fine once it finishes doing all of this just a moment stuff on that old hard drive. But I appreciate it. And again, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.